And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I am back with another video for you guys. So today we're going to be talking about the top 10 cards under 100k MT that you can get right now in NBA 2K21 My Team. So I will do 4 honorable mentions before the actual top 10, and the only other parameter is guys that are around that 20k mark, unless they're super overpowered, will end up being over on the budget card top 10 that I'll be dropping later, so definitely check that out. So we'll start with the honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is somebody that I think is incredibly good, but he isn't for everyone, so I'll put him on the honorable mentions, and that would be James Harden from the new Pantheon Team USA set. Look, with the release of this James Harden, I would say there's like zero reason to go buy Invincible James Harden. That's my opinion on it. I really don't think there's a reason to even go purchase the Invincible James Harden, because this card is so close to it that there's just no point to spend an extra 150 to 100k. Everything is basically the same. I mean, yeah, the other one has 98 driving dunk. I don't really think it matters. 93 rebound, 97 speed with ball, a massive badge count of pretty much every important badge that you would need. Some of the interior badges are not going to be there, and that's, I think, the main difference between Invincible and regular James Harden. Now, if you're looking to play defense against a 6'10 Ben Simmons or, a 6'11 Giannis, obviously those interior badges are going to help a little bit, but I really don't think it's a big deal. And he even has some of them. He has gold post move lockdown and stuff like that, but he's not going to have back down Punisher and stuff of that nature, which is whatever. If you're looking for an elite James Harden card for 50k, here it is. Another card on the honorable mentions is a card I talk about literally every time I do this list for the past 4 weeks, and that's Pascal Ciakman, and that's because he really is just that good. As far as combo forwards go, I don't know if you can find too many better than Siakam. If we're not even talking about this price range, just period. Because he's got enough size to play the power forward, and he plays the small forward incredibly well with good size at 6'9". This dude's just crazy. He's great defensively, great jump shot. Nothing wrong with this card. It's really just a personal preference thing. Another would be Zach Levine. He would be the third honorable mention. I put him in honorable mention because I don't think, for all intents and purposes, he's that much different than James Harden. They're about the same size. They do similar things, which, I mean, at this point, every card can do everything, but some cards will specialize a little bit more in other things. I mean, Zach Levine, he's essentially like a knockoff Tracy McGrady clone that could play point guard. Look, if that's what you're interested in, then this card is definitely for you, right? If you're not interested in that, because the Zach Levine base is very similar to Trey Burke base, then this card's not for you. That's it. So our final honorable mention will be Mo Bamba. Part of the reason he's on the honorable mention is because of how expensive this card is. He's just compared to the rest of the cards, he's really pricey. He's also not going to be able to give you a lot of ball handling, and that's kind of the one thing that I know a lot of people who play this game use their power forwards and centers for. Would be a large portion of them would use them for ball handling issues. Other than that, as far as a pure shot blocking, 3-point shooting center, bam. Number 10 would be Michael Jordan from the Pantheon Team USA set. Now, the only reason you would go buy the Invincible Jordan would be to play him at point guard, right? If you plan on playing him at shooting guard, there's absolutely no point to go purchase that Jordan. You might as well just play this Jordan. For around 50k, he is a god. He's basically an invincible card on its own. Just looking at his stats, he's a great defensive player. Michael Jordan is one of the most annoying off-ball defending cards in this game. I think there's only 1 or 2 cards as far as off-ballers that are more annoying than Michael Jordan, because he has some of the best steal animations in the game. Not only that, I know his tendencies are going to be the same as a lot of people, but for whatever reason, Jordan likes to attempt steals more than any other card in this game, and it's the weirdest thing ever. I don't know what it is. Last year, it was the same thing, but we could rationalize it with the tendencies. But for some reason, MJ this year just attempts a lot more steals. I don't get it. So number 9 would be Lonzo Ball. I've talked about him a bunch of times as well. He is a really elite point guard option. And in my opinion, there's not many point guards you can buy for under 100k that are as good as Lonzo. I think there's another 1 or 2, depending how you feel about one of them on this list, that are better than him. But 6'6", great jump shot, attacks the rim at a high level, plays great defense. He just came out a couple weeks ago, so he's within meta. Yeah, I mean, dude, he's a beast. I cannot wait for him to come to the Bulls. Is that going to happen? Probably not. It's the Bulls. We never get anyone, but I can dream. Number 8, Kristaps Porzingis. I'm not the biggest fan of this card. I'll straight up tell you that. I hated Kristaps when I had him, but I can't deny how many times I've been splashed on with this Kristaps card. So in the right hands, he is still a monster. Especially if you're one of those people on current gen that likes to speed boost around with 3 7-footers and TTO, this card is like ridiculous. Now he is weird because he doesn't like to attempt many rebounds. Like that's kind of what I've noticed. Like he won't go for rebounds at all, but he's got really good rebounding animations and he's super tall with a long wingspan. So he'll out rebound cards that are significantly better than him. A prime example would be the Invincible Shack, who for whatever reason on next gen just refuses to go after rebounds. I've been trying to figure out why that is, looking at tendencies and stuff like that, because like literally he will not go after rebounds and I don't understand what it is. It's madness. It's absolutely maddening because I like this Shaq a lot for the offensive reasons, but defensively he just like refuses to go after rebounds. It's like super frustrating. Maybe it's the 9 crash tendency. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it, but Kristaps has a 15 crash tendency. He's just got better animations. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why all the crash tendencies are so low. I feel like that's kind of important, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm incorrect. But I mean, there's really nothing that tells me straight up why this is occurring. I don't know. Like, it's just weird in my opinion. But either way, Kristaps is elite for the price that you can get him at. He is kind of expensive though. Next up would be Lamar Odom at the number 7 pick. I like Lamar Odom more than your average 2K player. That's pretty much been well documented at this point. But, I mean, even if you don't want to play him at point guard, right, and you're looking for an elite small forward to pick up, he plays both positions equally well, which is kind of rare for cards. A lot of cards don't do that, especially within the position locks. Only guys that really do that are like LeBron cards and stuff like that. And even then, I wouldn't play LeBron at power forward because he's a little too small. But Lamar Odom plays the point guard and the small forward incredibly well, and if you're looking for an option below 100K that can play either of those positions, depending what you need him to play, Lamar Odom is that guy. And if you're a big fan of Paul George base, even more of a reason to pick him up, to be honest. Number 6, another card I've been hyping endlessly would be Ben Wallace, obviously. I wouldn't play him at center, but at power forward, you definitely can get away from it. He's got one of those jump shots that is really good. It just takes time to get used to because it's kind of awkward and kind of looks weird and the timing's strange. But once you get it down, it's very good. Other than that, dude, he's massive. It's really difficult to drive around him, which is kind of a thing. Even at 6'9", normally I would say that I don't think it's too small to play at power forward, but some people would. And I just don't think it matters with Ben Wallace. Like, also, he jumps so high. It's like absurd. He'll get up and out rebound Invincible Shack, no question about it. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't understand what's up with Invincible Shack. He drives me literally insane. I don't know what to say. Next up, Dominique Wilkins. Dominique is a beast. Like, I am shocked. I didn't really even play around with this card when I packed him because I just sold him because I knew his price was going to go down. But man, this card is stupid. Like, he's got a super stocky wide player build. He dunks over everyone. Pretty good shot. That base 8 is pretty solid. Like, that's the same jumper that he's had all year long. Really good. Other than that, dude, like, I just don't understand why he plays defense at such a high clip. Like, I just do not get it. Like, it's actually wild. He plays such good defense. He's got 61 Hoff badges, so he's essentially an invincible card. Since we're not going to get an actual invincible Dominique, we just got this one instead. I don't know what to tell you. It's really, really crazy how good this card is. He's fast, he dunks, he plays good defense, he shoots well. It's really difficult to drive around him, similar to guys like Kawhi Leonard, Scottie Pippen, Ben Wallace, where they have like really muscular player builds, and it triggers those like contact animations when you try to dribble around him. Dominique does the same thing. I'm not even kidding when I think he's a top point guard in this game. Is he like S tier? Not sure. Don't think so, but is he up there? Absolutely. Now we move on to Chris Webber. Now, you guys knew I was going to talk about Chris Webber at some point, right? Like, this guy is sick. All right, Chris Webber is a beast. I've talked about him a lot since last weekend when the Splash Zone packs came out. You can argue maybe you like or prefer Pascal Ciakman better as like this kind of combo wing. But I think Chris Webber, in my personal opinion, is a little bit better overall, which is why I would put him here. He's like a better rebounder. Jump shooter's the same. He dunks really hard. He doesn't need any badges. He's pretty much got a full badge count. I mean, there's just nothing wrong with this card whatsoever. And Yeah, I apologize for my voice. I was at the Bucks watch party in Milwaukee, and my voice is kind of hoarse now, so I apologize. Next up, number 3, Antoine Jameson, for sure. Like, I am way higher than a lot of people are in this card, but I think he's one of the most elite small forwards that you can buy for under 100K. With that Exum base, pretty solid wingspan, he moves really well, he can curry all over the place, he's got good badges. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this card. I'm not going to go too in-depth on Antoine Jameson, but you're a fan of Exum base, like if you're a fan of Invincible Luka and cards like that, or Luka in general, you're going to like Antoine Jameson too because he has the exact same jump shot. That's key, man. Like, I mean, there's nothing more I can really say about it. He's altogether super nasty. He's still this expensive for a reason. Like, if this card wasn't this good, he'd be 30K right now. Like, that's just what it is. All right, number 2 is a card that I am super high on, and that is Magic Johnson Dark Matter. So, look, I've already said in the past that the Enshrined Magic is not that much different than the Invincible Magic. And I'd be willing to obviously say that this one is basically no different than the Invincible Magic. If you want to run Magic Johnson, this is the card you pick up. Don't even go after the Invincible one. There's like no point whatsoever. This dude is basically an Invincible card. It's dumb. Like, it's actually dumb that 2K would do this. And, well, I mean, it's not dumb that they would do this, but like that people would still buy Invincible Magic when this Magic literally exists for like 43K. How cheap can I find this Magic for? I'm curious. I don't understand why he's as cheap as he is. He does have that little trotting problem on current gen, so it is something to kind of take into consideration. Like when he's running the point, you have to basically break his trot animation with a dribble move and burst out of it, and that's kind of a problem. 27K? Oh yeah, I'll pick that up for 27K. That's a deal. I don't even care if it goes lower later. That's fine. Magic's altogether incredible though. 6'9", great defender, interesting jump shot, but it's doable. Number 1, I'm sure you guys kind of expected this one. It is Kobe Bryant, dude. I don't know what is up with this Kobe Bryant card, but every time I run into a CPU-controlled Kobe Bryant, he is the most annoying defensive card in this game. Like, Michael Jordan takes a lot of swipes, but he also kind of fouls a lot. Kobe, literally, you cannot get around this guy. And he's just incredible, dude. Like, this card is one of the best 2 guards in the game. He's right next to the, Invincible Kobe. Like, there's no difference, in my opinion. They're the exact same card, and I'll buy him for 69K. I don't even care. There's no difference between this and the Invincible Kobe. The Invincible Kobe, I'm just convinced, is as expensive as it is due to card collectors who are just obsessed with collecting cards, right? It's, as one of my commenters said, he's kind of like the Honus Wagner card. Like, no one wants a Honus Wagner baseball card. They just want to be known to have a Honus Wagner baseball card because it's that rare. But no one gives a shit about Honus Wagner. It's facts. Same with Kobe. No one cares about the Invincible card itself because this card is literally exactly the same, except it's literally like 1 point something million MT cheaper. It's just about the kind of clout of having that Invincible Kobe. Like, I have it. That's what it is, because this card is just as good and significantly cheaper, like worlds cheaper. If you're a big fan of Kobe and you want to run an elite 2 guard like Kobe Bryant, look no further. Go pick this dude up instantaneously. Like, don't even hesitate. If you spend 70K on this card, I promise it is not, like, it's not a bad idea at all. He is the most elite 2 guard that you can buy for under 100K. There's no question about it. And I'd be willing to, I stand firm by that. I don't think there's a more elite 2 guard you can buy for this price point. As always, it has been your boy Cheap Ludes. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate all you guys. I will be back with the best budget cards, cards under 25K or so. Got a lot of cheap, great options there. Check the description for all my stuff, and I will see you guys later when I drop the next video. Peace.